one to get on my YouTube thing. And my name is Sylvia Hubbard. I am a romance suspense author, and I am founder of Hometown Writers Network. And I wanted to talk about my characters because someone brought it up in a discussion about about my recent book, Delilah's Desire, and how the story starts at a really horrible point in this character's life. Um, and then someone pointed out that a lot of times in my stories, I start at a horrible time in the character's life. And I say that because my daughter, actually my youngest daughter, who we didn't think, was gonna really, really have such a, she wouldn't actually listen to me. I felt she was just living in my house until she turned 18, and then she was out of there. Um, but actually, she did, and I was shocked that I was telling her one time about my stories, and then I was like, well, what would you do in a situation like this? Because at the time in the story, the character was about her age, and she was like, I'm sorry, I don't start my relationships at hell. And that's where I got that title for this video from. But anyways, I because I guess I start that way because I've been there and back, and I want to put the characters in a situation of you would do anything to get out of there. If you were in hell, what ticket would you punch to get out of there, and to justify what the characters do in order to create a heaven, or to make it to heaven in their regards? What would you do? And that's how my stories usually do start. So if you are reading Delilah's Desire and you are upset that she is in a place of her life where things just don't seem to be going right, well, we all go through that. And unfortunately, fiction has to make sense. And this makes sense because we've all been there. And Delilah is just trying to get out of that place. And she's going to do anything and everything she can to do it and help her son. So if you wonder why Delilah is in a place for book 1 and book 2, in that horrible place, and you are upset about it, then this is why. Because I usually do start at hell for all the characters. So thank you. Hello. Thanks for joining me. I'm actually about to get out of here. I just wanted to answer a question that someone addressed and to coincide it with why I did that. And I didn't want to just do a general question about it. But yes, if you read any of my books, they most likely start the characters at the most horrible time in their life. And I literally just take them through that cycle, and I don't make it any better. I give them no justification for it because we've all been there. We've all been through that part in our life, and I want to make sure people know that you are not alone. Everyone else is probably going through some type of hell, and I just like to write about it. But then I like to put a romance on top of that. So, and try to figure out how I'm going to get to the HEA. And after 60 books, over 65 books, I think I've done a pretty good job getting them to that HEA. So I hope you join me on the Delilah's Desire journey. Book 3 will be out. Book 1 and 2 are already out. And book 3 will be out October 1st. So if you haven't started reading, start reading now. It's on Kindle Unlimited. So you have Prime. You can go read it for free. And you can catch up with us, so when book 3 drops, you guys are just ready for the fun, because it gets even more interesting, or more hellish, as I can say. So thanks for joining me. Have a great night. Bye.